From galaxy-spanning battles to earth-shattering conflicts, the MCU is no stranger to war. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 most dangerous and brutal wars that left lasting scars on the Marvel Universe. Get ready for epic battles, devastating consequences, and moments that changed everything. Let's dive in. Number 10. Dark Elf War. Thor, The Dark World, 2013. An ancient race seeking to plunge the Nine Realms into eternal darkness. Led by Malekith, the Dark Elves sought to harness the power of the Ether, a dark matter capable of immense destruction. The battle raged across the cosmos, with casualties on both sides. The Asgardians fought valiantly to defend their realms, but the Dark Elves' relentless assault and their mastery of dark magic proved to be a formidable challenge. The destruction caused by the war was immense, with entire planets ravaged by the Dark Elves' attacks. The battle ultimately culminated on Earth, where Thor and Jane Foster joined forces to stop Malekith and prevent the Dark Elves from achieving their goal. The Dark Elf War stands out as one of the most dangerous and brutal battles in the MCU due to several factors. Firstly, the stakes were incredibly high, with the fate of the Nine Realms hanging in the balance. The Dark Elves posed a serious threat with their powerful dark magic and their relentless pursuit of destruction. Secondly, the battle was fought on a cosmic scale, with clashes occurring across multiple planets. This vast battlefield and the sheer number of combatants involved contributed to the intensity and devastation of the conflict. Lastly, the use of dark magic and the Dark Elves' willingness to inflict suffering and destruction made the war particularly brutal. The images of ravaged planets and the fallen Asgardian warriors serve as a stark reminder of the war's devastating consequences. Number 9. The Cre Scroll War, Captain Marvel, 2019. The Cre Scroll War, as depicted in Captain Marvel, 2019, is part of a long-standing intergalactic conflict between the Kree Empire and the Skrull race. The Kree portray the Skrulls as dangerous, shape-shifting terrorists, and Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, is initially led to believe she is fighting on the right side. However, the truth is more complex, as the Skrulls are revealed to be a persecuted people, fleeing Kree oppression. The Kree's brutal tactics include relentless assaults on Skrull refugees and planets. While the full scale of deaths is not quantified, the war has claimed countless lives across many worlds, as entire civilizations are caught in the crossfire. The destruction is far-reaching, impacting both military targets and innocent bystanders. What makes the Cre Scroll War so dangerous and brutal in the MCU is its intergalactic scope and the sheer scale of the violence. The Kree use advanced technology and ruthless strategies to crush the Skrulls, while the Skrulls, with their shape-shifting abilities, engage in guerrilla warfare to survive. The war's destructive impact goes beyond battleships and armies. Entire planets and species are on the brink of extinction. The personal toll on characters like Carol Danvers, who grapples with her manipulated memories and the moral ambiguity of the conflict, further underscores the war's lasting damage. Number 8. Civil War, Captain America, Civil War, 2016. The battle was a devastating clash between two factions of the Avengers, led by Captain America and Iron Man, respectively. The conflict arose over the Sokovia Accords, a government initiative to regulate the Avengers' activities following the destruction of Lagos. The battle took place in Berlin, Germany, and involved a massive brawl between the two sides, with casualties on both sides. While the official death count is unclear, it is believed that several individuals were killed or seriously injured during the battle. The destruction caused to Berlin was extensive, with buildings damaged or destroyed and civilians caught in the crossfire. The conflict depicted in Captain America, Civil War stands out as one of the most intense and consequential battles within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. First, it pitted two powerful teams of superheroes against each other, with each side possessing advanced weaponry and technology. Second, the battle took place in a densely populated urban area, which increased the risk of civilian casualties. Third, the personal animosity between Captain America and Iron Man made the conflict even more intense and destructive. The battle ultimately resulted in the fracturing of the Avengers and had a lasting impact on the MCU. Number 7. Hela slaughters Asgardians. Hela's brutal conquest of Asgard unfolds when she returns after being freed from her imprisonment upon Odin's death. As the goddess of death, Hela seeks to reclaim her rightful throne, and her arrival on Asgard is marked by a violent massacre. Upon landing, she faces the Asgardian army led by the Warriors Three, swiftly eliminating them in a matter of seconds. Hela proceeds to decimate the elite Asgardian forces with ease, single-handedly slaughtering soldiers and civilians alike as she takes over the kingdom. Her power and ruthlessness are unmatched, leaving Asgard defenseless as she solidifies her reign. This event is one of the most dangerous and destructive battles in the MCU due to the sheer scale of the slaughter and the near-total collapse of Asgardian civilization. Hela's assault wipes out a significant portion of Asgard's population, and she resurrects an army of the dead to enforce her rule. Asgard's city is ravaged, and its defenses crumble in the wake of her onslaught. While Thor and his allies eventually lead an uprising, the damage inflicted on Asgard is irreversible, culminating in the destruction of the realm itself during the battle with Surtur. Number 6. Battle of Sokovia. Avengers: Age of Ultron, 2015. The battle was a devastating confrontation between the Avengers and Ultron's robotic army. Ultron, a sentient AI program bent on humanity's destruction, seized control of Sokovia's floating city and attempted to crash it into the planet below. The Avengers, joined by Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, fought valiantly to stop Ultron's plan. Despite their efforts, Sokovia was ultimately destroyed, resulting in numerous casualties and widespread devastation. The battle's intensity and the high stakes involved made it one of the most brutal and dangerous clashes in the MCU. The Avengers faced overwhelming odds, with Ultron's army seemingly endless. The destruction of Sokovia, a once thriving city, served as a stark reminder of the consequences when superpowered beings clash. The battle's tragic outcome also had lasting repercussions for the Avengers, as it led to the events of Captain America: Civil War. Number 5. Battle of Xandar. Guardians of the Galaxy, 2014. The Battle of Xandar was a pivotal clash between the Nova Corps and Ronan the Accuser, who sought to destroy the planet Xandar using the powerful orb containing the Power Stone. The Guardians of the Galaxy, along with the Nova Corps, led a desperate defense against Ronan's Kree forces. The battle was marked by large-scale destruction, particularly in the skies and atmosphere of Xandar. Hundreds of Nova ships formed a protective blockade, but many were destroyed by Ronan's powerful warship, the Dark Aster. The tide turned when the Guardians managed to breach Ronan's defenses and eventually used the Power Stone against him, preventing the total annihilation of the planet. The battle resulted in significant loss of life and devastation. The massive destruction of Nova ships, coupled with the Dark Aster crashing into Xandar's capital, implied a high death toll both among soldiers and civilians. This conflict was one of the most dangerous and brutal battles in the MCU due to the catastrophic potential of the Power Stone, which could have obliterated the entire planet. The battle's ferocity and stakes, Xandar's total destruction, and the mass casualties that would follow make it one of the deadliest moments in the MCU. Number 4. Battle of New York. The Avengers, 2012. The team unite to defend Earth from the extraterrestrial invasion led by Loki. The battle was intense and destructive, as the Chitauri army unleashed powerful weapons and their monstrous creatures. The Avengers, including Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, fought valiantly, using their unique abilities to counter the Chitauri threat. Despite the Avengers' efforts, the battle caused significant destruction in New York City, with buildings collapsing and civilians being caught in the crossfire. While the exact number of casualties is unclear, it is evident that many lives were lost. The Battle of New York is considered one of the most dangerous and brutal battles in the MCU due to its scale and intensity. The Chitauri army's advanced weaponry and relentless assault posed a significant threat to the planet. The Avengers faced overwhelming odds and had to utilize their full arsenal of abilities to defend Earth. The destruction caused to New York City and the loss of innocent lives further emphasized the battle's severity. It was a defining moment in the MCU, showcasing the Avengers' unity and their determination to protect humanity from cosmic threats. Number 3. Scarlet Witch murders the Illuminati. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Scarlet Witch's encounter with the Illuminati is one of the most brutal and shocking battles in the MCU. Seeking America Chavez to harness her multiverse-traveling abilities, Scarlet Witch arrives in an alternate universe where she faces the Illuminati, a group of powerful heroes who protect their world. This team includes characters like Mr. Fantastic, Captain Marvel, Captain Carter, Black Bolt, and Professor X. Despite their confidence and power, Scarlet Witch swiftly annihilates them using her overwhelming magical abilities. In a series of gruesome deaths, she unravels Mr. Fantastic, implodes Black Bolt's head, crushes Captain Carter with her own shield, and eliminates Captain Marvel in brutal fashion. Even the telepathic Professor X is powerless against her as she snaps his neck in a mental confrontation. This battle is one of the most dangerous and brutal in the MCU because of the swift and merciless way Scarlet Witch dispatches some of the most powerful heroes in the multiverse. Her actions demonstrate the full extent of her dark transformation and the terrifying potential of her chaos magic. The Illuminati's sanctum is destroyed, and their deaths are a chilling reminder of how far Wanda is willing to go to achieve her goals. The sheer violence and ruthlessness displayed in the massacre make this one of the most unforgettable and harrowing moments in the MCU. Number 2. Endgame, Avengers. Endgame, 2019. The climactic battle was a spectacle of immense power and destruction. The Avengers, joined by allies from across the universe, faced off against Thanos and his army in a final showdown to undo the devastation caused by his snap. The battle was a whirlwind of action, as heroes and villains clashed amidst a backdrop of collapsing buildings and fiery explosions. The stakes were incredibly high, with the fate of the universe hanging in the balance. While the Avengers ultimately emerged victorious, the cost was immense. Many beloved characters, including Tony Stark and Natasha Romanoff, made the ultimate sacrifice to defeat Thanos and his forces. The battle's emotional weight was palpable, as the audience witnessed the tragic deaths of heroes they had grown to admire. The destruction caused by the conflict was staggering, with cities reduced to rubble and countless lives lost. The battle's intensity and the sheer scale of its devastation made it one of the most dangerous and brutal confrontations in MCU history. The significance of this battle lies not only in its scale, but also in its emotional impact. The loss of beloved characters left a lasting impression on audiences, highlighting the immense sacrifices made to protect the universe. The battle's resolution, while bittersweet, provided a sense of closure and hope for the future of the MCU. It was a fitting conclusion to a decade-long saga that had captivated audiences worldwide. Number 1. Infinity War 2018. Infinity War. The battle against Thanos reaches its peak, with the Avengers and their allies spread across the universe, trying to stop him from collecting all 6 Infinity Stones. The fight culminates in 2 major locations, Wakanda and Titan. In Wakanda, Earth's mightiest heroes, including the Avengers, Wakandan warriors, and the Guardians of the Galaxy, try to defend Vision and prevent Thanos from obtaining the Mind Stone. On Titan, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and a handful of others confront Thanos directly, hoping to take the Infinity Gauntlet from him. Despite their efforts, Thanos overpowers all resistance and succeeds in gathering the stones. The consequences are catastrophic. With a snap of his fingers, Thanos wipes out half of all life in the universe, including many heroes like Spider-Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and most of the Guardians. This event, known as the Snap, marks one of the most devastating moments in the MCU. The sheer scale of death and destruction, along with the emotional weight of seeing beloved characters vanish, makes the battle particularly brutal and dangerous. Cities, landscapes, and even entire populations are left in ruins, as the heroes are forced to reckon with their failure to stop Thanos in time. The battle on Titan was a desperate struggle for survival. The Avengers fought valiantly, but they were overwhelmed by Thanos' overwhelming power. One by one, they fell, their defeat seemingly inevitable. However, in a final act of defiance, Doctor Strange used the Time Stone to glimpse into countless possible futures. He saw that only one outcome would lead to Thanos' defeat, but it required the sacrifice of Iron Man. With heavy heart, Tony Stark stepped forward, detonating a miniature reactor inside Thanos' armor, destroying them both. The universe was saved, but at a terrible cost. The battle on Titan was a stark reminder of the sacrifices that must sometimes be made to protect what we hold dear. That's a wrap. Hope you had a blast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome content. Peace out.